Is Garnacho to Chelsea sensible squad building or simply unnecessary? PSG to move on from Donnarumma, Sonny bids farewell to Spurs. And is this the best player unveiling of all time? This is DMAC Daily. The 25-26 season is officially underway. Benfica and PSV already lifting silverware, with domestic football simultaneously kicking off across England, Germany, Scotland, Belgium, amongst other leagues. Ironically, Chelsea's pre-season officially kicks off tomorrow, and despite this squad already being stacked, they're not done squad building. Pedro, Delap, Santos, and Asugo's arrival added much needed depth during the Club World Cup, but there's more to come. Esteval and Gittin strengthen the wide areas big time. Hato is a fantastic young defender to compete alongside Cucurella, but Chelsea want more, with Xavi Simons expected to become a Blue shortly, and now the latest news. VIVA Garnacho, the want-away United winger's sole priority, is now Chelsea. What the hell, LeBron James, is going on here? Put all your opinions of the player to the side, of which there are many. If Chelsea do in fact sign him, I'm not sure you can effectively rotate the entire squad whilst keeping the majority of players happy. With Simons and Garnacho, this would be their current depth in the front four positions. Granted, Guiu's headed to Sunderland on loan, Broyes joining Burnley, Mudrik's banned, and I do anticipate the departures of Sterling, Fofana, Nkunku, and Chukwuemeka. But take those players out of the equation, and Chelsea still have 10 bodies vying for 4 spots. That's too many. Anything more than 8 is going to be very difficult to manage, especially considering Enzo Fernandez is now frequently being used in a more advanced role too. My guess is that a further 2 players will depart. Tyree George is most likely to leave, potentially on a permanent deal, with Leipzig and Borussia Mönchengladbach linked. Now, I'd be disappointed to see him move on as a talented academy graduate with real potential, but I can understand why he'd want to leave. He needs regular game time to develop, and it's going to be very difficult to accomplish that at Chelsea. Another probable player to offload is Jackson. He's arguably Chelsea's third choice 9 right now. With all that being said, would I be against signing Garnacho? Not necessarily. Behind the clear attitude problem, in the right environment, the Argentine could become a top player. In the 24-25 season, the only U20 players with more goals and assists than the Argentine were Lamine Yamal and Desiree Doué. Now, I'm not suggesting he's anywhere near the caliber of those two, but he still registered double figures for both goals and assists in United's worst season in their modern history. If Chelsea can get him cheap, I don't think it's a huge risk. He adds depth to that left wing, he's homegrown too. My main concern is perhaps having a bloated squad. So Chelsea fans, what's your take on the situation? Let me know below. Moving to French football, and are PSG looking to move on from Gigi Donnarumma? The Italian hit career best form during their Champions League triumph last season, but with 1 year remaining on his contract, his future remains up in the air, and PSG's hierarchy simply aren't intent on waiting to find out. They've proactively gone out and signed Ligue 1's goalkeeper of the season in Chevalier for around 40 million euros. You don't drop this kind of money on a backup keeper, meaning Gigi is most likely done, and PSG will want to sell him while they still can. According to Sky Sports, Man United are the early frontrunners for his signature, but no doubt the Italian would have his fair share of admirers. Meanwhile, Heung-min Son's 10-year association with Spurs has come to an end. The South Korean left the pitch to a standing ovation from fans and players during the club's pre-season fixture in Seoul. Pretty awesome way to go out. A few months ago, he lifted the Europa League, ending the club's 17-year trophy curse, but his individual performances at Spurs throughout the past decade have been legendary. 127 Premier League goals. Only Mo Salah has scored more goals as a winger in Premier League history. He remained loyal to the club through thick and thin, and is now set for a new chapter in MLS at LAFC. An amazing signing for US football. He will cook in LA, no doubt. In other transfer news, João Palhinha has joined Spurs on loan with an option to buy. Tim Weah joins Marseille on a loan with an obligation to buy. He'll be joined by Aubameyang, who returns to the club on a free transfer. Slim Shady was spotted in Madrid as he arrived from River Plate, whilst Madrid say farewell to their forgotten wonder kid Renier as the Brazilian joined Atletico Mineiro. And finally, Porto unveiled their latest signing in pretty epic fashion. In a post-Fabrizio Romano world, you rarely see football transfers remain low-key, but Porto were able to keep their latest signing a mystery from the Italian journo or any media outlet before unveiling him in a friendly match on home soil, with Luc de Jong unexpectedly emerging from the tunnel. The Dutch veteran arrives in Porto fresh off of a prolific second spell with PSV. Fair play to the folks at Porto for pulling that one off. Anyways, that's all for today's DMAC Daily. Catch you tomorrow.